beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So, last episode was quite not as eventful. I mean, it was eventful, but not as crazy as when Garland died. And here we are with Delora. And, well, I say it's not as eventful as we saw Fritz last episode. I haven't forgotten anything either, Hildire. Loria was only a child. Her fate was entirely your doing. What were you talking about? Loria was my daughter. I've never heard Dolores speak of a child. I'd always opposed Hildire's action. I disagree with the creation of the fairy tale curse from the beginning. But when I voiced my opinions out loud, she targeted my daughter. She killed her in front of me. Whoa. That's evil, Mom. That's really evil. What if Delora did that to me? You wouldn't be happy either. Suddenly everything in the room is still. The two women glare at each other, but neither of them moves. You were not there when our kind were being hunted and slaughtered like animals in their own homes. I am the Tenebrae barrier. I felt each of their deaths like they were my own. Retribution was necessary, but you, being so holy and so good, it took little Loria's death for you to understand the anguish of our brethren, to comprehend my anguish. I would not have killed her if you were not so blind. She was only 10. She suffered for your weakness. Delora holds out her arms and sweeps it across the room, lightning traveling up her arm. Fritz tugs me around one of the columns and then presses my back into the columns of the coolness of the pillar. He holds himself against me, acting as a shield. Don't move. The ground shakes as Delora releases her spell. You think you can defeat me when you haven't even been training? How foolish. Please, I have no intention of defeating you. Fritz! Wait, what? Cover your ears, princess. Too confused to question him, I obey. Yeah, I'm confused too. I hear the sound of lightning crackling in the air, followed by an explosion. The column comes crashing down into the other side of the room. Time to go. Fritz's hands tightens around mine. We run out of the throne room with Delora as Mother's screech sounds through the room behind us. Are you okay? Yes, I'm alright. I'm just glad you're here. See? What did I tell you? What are you talking about? Your knight here was scared that you wouldn't want to see him anymore after what happened yesterday. Fritz's fingers tighten over my own. If only I was strong enough to fight Varg, I could have... It wasn't your fault, Fritz. But what matters is that you're here now. Fritz looks at me and smiles. How do we break his curse? How did you know where I would be? Intuition. And magic. Well, yes, and magic. You have Tinkerbell. I hold Neverland in one hand as I reach with my other to search for the key in the pocket. Thankfully, my fingers still brush against the cold metal. It's in my pocket. Good. Very good. Whatever happens, you must get Neverland and Tinkerbell to the marching, okay? I nod my head. That's a good girl. Oh, Delora would have made a beautiful mother. Well, she was, and then my stupid mother killed her daughter. Our fae is said to be here at midnight. What time is it? We're too early. Sometimes her fae is early, too. Looks like tonight is not one of those nights, though. It looks like my coming early was both a blessing and a setback. She is using the name Parfait. How sweet. Uh-oh. Fritz stops in front of me as Mother reappears in front of us. Oh, my love. Stay behind me. Fritz, I will never forgive myself if you got hurt. Please stay behind me. Oh my god, he's like such a loyal knight. Fritz smiles gently at me and my chest aches at the sight. Everything will be alright, I promise. I promise I'll protect you. I know you will. Fritz, Michiko must make it out at all costs. I do not like the sound of that. And you must understand why I cannot let you take my daughter from me. Oh? You took mine. Delora's hands begin to glow. Perhaps this time Michiko shall watch as you die, Delora. No? Let's not do that. Well, you can try and kill me, but your chances are slim. I have a very good knight with me, and I think he likes me more than he likes you. That can be remedied. Mother flicks her wrist. Delora holds out her own hand as if to prepare for the impact of the spell, but the magic never comes. Mother is not aiming for Delora. Wait, is she aiming for Fritz? With a gasp, Fritz drops his sword and falls to his knees. Fritz? Wait, hello? Come along, Varg. I won't. Let you. No, wait, no, don't, Mother! That's when I realized that Mother is calling for Varg. Her hands... I'm waiting for that cheesy scenario where we're gonna call out for Fritz with a kiss. Like, I'm just waiting for it. And if it's not coming, I'm very sad. Because I'm just waiting for it. Her hand twists in the air, manipulating Fritz's body to copy its movements. His body wriths? Writhers? I don't know. And turns as he struggles to remain himself. Now. No, Fritz! Princess, I'm sorry, but I can't. Fritz looks at me one last time before the familiar darkness envelops his body. Wait, I can make Varg love me too. Come on now. Fritz. Now, Varg, be a good dog and get Michiko back to her room. When Varg appears, he is standing absolutely still, his eyes surveying everything calmly. There is an intensity to them, but it is sharp and contained. I flinch back from Varg's bright eyes. No. Varg, you're going to hurt her. Pardon? I don't intend to obey someone who would hurt the princess. Mother hisses in annoyance. I do not know how you inspire such loyalty, Michiko, but it is very inconvenient. Mother flicks her wrist and a responding light flares out from behind her. No. Yes, get your puppy dog. My queen. Great. Reinforcements. I order you to restrain your pet, Mithras. At once, my queen. Mithras extends his hand toward Varg, and the minute he does, Varg's body stiffens as he grits his teeth. I always make sure to have control over any of my creations. This is not going as planned. I had a plan? Now, my darling. My hands shake and Neverland nearly tumbles from my hand as I struggle not to collapse. Since you have become so tainted by the thoughts these people have put into your head, I shall have to start all over again. But don't be afraid, cleansing your memories will not hurt. And when you wake, you will be my daughter again, my dearest one. Mother reaches out her hand toward me. Every fiber of my being screams at me to move, but my feet are heavy and I am shaking so hard I cannot stand straight. I don't want to forget anything or anyone anymore. It's midnight. Where's Parfait? Behind me, the clock tower begins to chime. Not on my watch. Oh, great, Delora. Delora quickly runs in front of me and casts a protective spell. Delora, you can't. I will not let her erase any of your memories, Michiko. I brace myself for impact and I feel the ground shudder as Mother's spell comes in contact with Delora's shield. A loud crack emanates from Delora's shield as it begins to crack. An offensive spell. You're going to kill your own dog. Delora's words fade when we see another spell coming towards us. I hear a low laugh rise from Mother's throat. Goodbye, Delora. Michiko, run. Wait, no, Parfait is going to come to the rescue. Delora! I cough as clouds of smoke slowly fade away from the impact, or after the impact. My whole body feels as hollow as ice as I gaze at the sight before me. Delora's body lies on the floor in front of me, unmoving. I collapse to the ground, my vision blurry as I stare numbly at Delora's limp figure. Wait, she's killing after killing. Are we losing a bunch of people? Because I'm not ready to cry. No, this cannot be. I reach out to touch her and sharply inhale when I feel how cold and clammy her skin is. No, Delora! Always conjure another shield after being hit by a powerful spell. Have you forgotten your lesson, traitor? No, because last time she didn't. Last time she had a plan. Now she can finally reunite with her daughter. Neverland tumbles from my grasp as I grab Delora's arm to shake her. No, Delora, please! She's still breathing. She can be saved. She cannot die like this. A bright light appears from before me and suddenly Parfait is standing right in front of me. Oh, Dara, what have you done? Oh, Faye? Is it Faye or Fate? I don't know. It's been a while. Parfait addresses me without looking back. Princess, do you have Neverland? Yes. I reach blindly for Neverland with one hand as I keep the other on Delora's arm. A warm hand settles on my shoulders. The touch is comforting and familiar. Have faith, Princess. I will not allow you to leave, Fairy. Damn it, Mithras! Mithras casts a spell, but Parfait easily deflects it. She moves to cast a spell in retaliation, but doubles over as soon as the spell flares out around her. Ugh. You're fading, Faye. The lucis itself is fading within you. My eyes lock with Varg's, and for a moment I can see Fritz through him. I see his lips move, but whatever words he speaks to me are mute. He shakes his head. Light begins to engulf me, and I see nothing apart from Delora's pale face on my lap. I do not move. Even when the marching walls come into existence around me, the place is devoid of its usual warmth. Laura! She's not responding. I fight down the rising grief and try to remain calm as I turn to Parfait. Please save her. No! She saves her, Parfait dies! Parfait glances down at Delora, eyes glassy. It's as if she is hiding emotions behind a frigid mask. I feel that her mask is a reflection of my own. Any movement now will fall away and I will be able to see her tears. Princess. The spell that Hildire used was a powerful one. There's nothing I can do. The air in the margin seems to leave all at once. No, that's not true. You have to. Michiko. Delora? She does not move and her eyes are still closed as she speaks. Chico? Sorry, but I can't stay. No, don't say that. I've been lucky. Hildare took my Loria, but I got you in return. Oh! I'd like to think that my daughter would have grown up to be someone like you. Delora, I believe in you, Michiko. I have always believed in you. You cannot leave, Delora. I will let you leave. Though Delora's body does not move, I can feel the energy of her body slip through my fingers like sand. Her body slowly begins to fade away until only specks of glittering golden dust remain. A terrible prickling cold seeps into my heart and chest, then the frigidness envelops my whole body. I cannot breathe. It is only when a teary-eyed Parfait pulls me into a hug that I realize my throat is raw and that I have been screaming in grief. Bro. So we lost Garland and Delora. We're gonna lose Parfait next, because she's already weak. I do not remember being tucked into bed. In the silence of the dark night, I can feel the absence of Delora like a hole in my chest. Sleepless hours tick by in a haze until the morning sun creeps through the window. Chico? You didn't get any sleep, did you? I shake my head. I wish I could give you time to grieve. You died protecting me. I cover my face with my hands and hot tears that I thought had dried began pouring from my eyes again. Both of them, Garland and Delora, died because of me. This is my fault. If only I was strong enough, I could have... No, princess. If it is anyone's fault, it is mine. Both Delora and Parfait keep owning up to this blame, but do either of them deserve any of it? Your mother and I were like sisters once. I couldn't bring myself to hurt her. Because of that, I didn't act in time to save her from the Tenebrarium's corruption. If you are seeking to blame anyone, blame me. I am responsible for all of this needless pain, all because I could not stop Hildire. I was too afraid and now I'm too weak. But what could you have done? My mother is... I don't think anyone can stop Mother. The Lucis and the Tenebrarium are inextricably linked to each other and to their barriers. The crystallum cannot exist without each other. If one is destroyed, so is the other. Oh, so she can't kill Parfait. What are you saying? Wait! If Mother dies, does Parfait also die? But I half own that Tenebrarium barrier, right? I can hold it up a little to help Parfait? We can stop Hildire if we destroy the Lucis. That would destroy the Tenebrarium as well. Parfait, that's insane! This world has suffered from magic for 3 centuries. Maybe it is more bad than good. Perhaps the only solution is to remove the source of it forever. But Mother only survived because she was the Tenebrarium barrier. She lived so long as the Tenebrarium exists. If the Tenebrarium is destroyed, Hildire should die. But your suggestion would destroy the Tenebrarium through destroying the Lucis? She's smiling at this time? Her face smiles at me, but I find no comfort in it. I will only say it's my time. You cannot be serious. There has to be another way. There has already been so much suffering. Delora and Garland did not die, so you would have to give up your life as well. I'm not saying we can make a decision now. After what happened with Varg, I have strengthened the Marchand's defenses and added a glamour. For now, we're safe here. Our Fritz will be ready soon. Join us when you're ready. Or able. Able. The others will need to know what happened last night. There must be another way to stop Mother. There has to be. I'm just waiting for me to kill Mother with my own hand, because I brought her here, so I should be able to take her out as well. By the time I make it to the dining area, the food is cold. I'm not surprised by the state of the food, but seeing Watson in a grown-up body is definitely shocking. Oh, so enchanting. I love him as younger and older, so either way, it's a sight. The older is something I do have to get adjusted to, though, because it's like, that's Watts. Oh, Princess. Waltz quickly... Oh, so weird. It's so grown up. Waltz quickly makes his way over toward me and kneels down. He looks almost like a knight, though he's lacking the armor. Thank you for breaking my curse. At least I was able to do something good, but still. Princess? I do not notice the tears rolling down my cheeks until he calls my title softly. Oh, what is this? Waltz the Big has made the princess cry. No, it isn't Waltz. Delora believed I could accomplish 3 good deeds, and yet I... You like hot chocolate, right, darling? I'll get the mugs. Gently, Waltz leads me to a bench and sits next to me. Parfait hasn't told them what happened to Delora yet. All of them are smiling at me, trying to cheer me up, but how can I possibly smile now? I need to tell you all something. Hot chocolate first, talking later. I think they already know. You look pale, like you didn't sleep at all last night, and have you even eaten recently? Now that I think about it, no, I haven't. Rod, who I hadn't even realized was back at the march, stiffly stands up from his chair and walks away. He was here this whole time, just listening quietly in the corner. Did I say something wrong? Rod smiles at me as he pats my shoulder. I sent Anise off to look after Jurian, so it's just us at the march-in. Rod's been taking care of meals, so he's probably going to get you something to eat. But why? Rod has never liked me. Rod's still my favorite. You saved his family from Varg, Princess. I doubt he minds cracking a few eggs for you. Rod comes back into the room and places utensils and a plate in front of me. It is filled with toast and scrambled eggs. Oh, Rod. I know it's not much, but you need to eat. I have no appetite, but he is right. Pick up a fork and stab a few eggs to try. This is good. Thank you. Oh, I miss Rod so much. No problem. Suddenly, I am incredibly aware of how famished I am. I shovel the rest of the food into my mouth eagerly. I'm eating the last remnants of my toast when Rumple comes back into the room holding far too many mugs for one person to manage. And now I present to you hot chocolate a la Rumple. Waltz jumps up to save the several mugs from Rumple's precarious hold. Hot chocolate, how lovely. I knew this would happen, so I made plenty. Waltz and Rumple place the mugs on the table. Rumple counts all of them. 5, 6, wait. Where's Lady Delora? Oh no, they don't know! The fork I am holding clatters to the plate. It is the only sound in the suddenly quiet room. Delora passed away last night. What? The atmosphere shifts. Everyone is openly frowning, their eyes filled with regret. So the night ended up being a turncoat after all. Fritz had nothing to do with it. Fritz helped Delora get to me just when Mother was about to take Neverland. We would have all made it out alive if Mother hadn't used her magic to summon Varg. Mother was going to erase all my memories again, and I did not know what to do, so I just stood there. It was just like what happened with Garland, and now Delora is dead because of me. I covered my face with my hands as if 2 familiar grief bubbles up inside of me. Delora made a choice to protect you, Michiko, just like Garland made his choice to protect Jurian. The only thing we can do now is make sure their sacrifices weren't in vain. Here. Waltz gently pushes a mug toward me. If there's one thing Delora taught us, it's that hot chocolate makes almost everything better. I stare at the mug and remember the last time I had hot chocolate with Delora. I would never have thought the drink I shared with her so many days ago would be the last. I bite my lip to keep myself from crying. So what do we do now? The plan hasn't changed. We still need to stop Hildire and save the king. How is the question? Waltz's voice is quiet. Lady Parfait. Does he know what Parfait plans to do? You know as well as I do that there's only one way now, Waltz. It quickly explains that what she told me about destroying the Lucis to destroy the Tenebrarium. But if we do so by destroying the Lucis, you would die. I refuse to let that happen, Lady Parfait. Delora sacrificed her life to have Princess Michiko bring back Neverland, and now you're telling us that was useless and that there is no other way? If any of you have any alternative, please tell us. I don't want to lose any more of you over my mistake. But we cannot lose you either. I have a suggestion. Oh! I suddenly have a plan? What is it? Let me get this straight. Lady Parfait is going to act as bait to lure Hildire out of the palace into the gates. And the rest of us will distract her long enough so that you can get to your father. Once the king is safely at the march and Mother cannot use him as a bargaining chip anymore, after that we have nothing left to lose. We'll be able to go all out against Mother. The efforts we spared, in bringing back Neverland will not go to waste. Waltz will use his magic to give us the upper hand. Though, to be honest, I would still like to try and reason with her one last time. Princess, Hildar cannot be... I cannot accept that your death is the only thing that will achieve our goal in stopping Mother. You told me before that Mother was a kind person. If I could somehow reach out to who she used to be, then perhaps it is possible that we could end this without any additional bloodshed. Everyone turned silent, their faces grim. I know this is not the best and most concrete plan, but please let me try it. I want to hope that the person my mother used to be is still there. This is my fight as well. I need to do something. The least I can do is save my father and stop Mother without Parfait needing to sacrifice herself. It will be dangerous, but I beseech all of you, so please help me. I want to believe that my old friend is still there, in there as well. Okay, let's do this. Chapter 10, The Hunter. This is the last chapter. What's going on? Or are their chapters longer? If their chapters are longer, that's interesting. It took a lot to convince everyone that I need to enter the palace alone. It is the people outside who are fighting Mother that need the greater strength. Bringing any of them with me would have greatly diminished that strength. I must quickly find the king. Oh, am I by myself? Mother always made sure to leave the king in the throne room whenever she left, so it follows that she would leave him there now. It's too quiet in here. I push open the doors and stop in the doorway. The king is sitting on his throne with a vacant expression fixed to his face. He does not so much as flinch as I step inside. I tentatively make my way up to the throne. Your Majesty. He does not speak. His eyes remain fixated in the same place as if he is looking through me. Is he gone forever? Angeli needs you. The king I know would never leave his kingdom to ruin. I am standing close enough to him that I could hear out and touch him if I wanted to. What do I have to do to save you? Oh, so now you're being nice to him. I whirl around and place myself in between the king and Varg. All those years you had the opportunity to reach out to him, but you never did. So I guess the king had to be missing his soul for you to care about him. What are you doing here, Varg? Someone had to keep an eye on the old man. The queen thought someone might try to take the old man while she was busy. I had a feeling it would be you who would return. Can't bear the thought of losing someone else, can you? What are you doing? What are you going to do then? I'm not leaving without the king. Varg is silent as he makes his way toward me. I'm not entirely sure how I am going to stop him, but I will not move. I cannot let him take the king, and I will not succumb to his threats. It is at that moment, just as he is about to reach out to me, that he suddenly drops to his knees and puts a hand to his chest, his expression pained. I just need a little more time. What is happening to him? He manages to talk to me through gritted teeth. You shouldn't have come here alone, especially not with the big bad wolf here. It's my job to destroy you, you know? He flashes at me a wicked grin, but the expression is shockingly short-lived. It is replaced by a soft smile. This big bad wolf can't do that. You can't destroy a person you've fallen in love with. How are you in love with me? Varg looks at me amused. How? Blame Fritz! This was never meant to happen, but I can't help feelings that were there from the get-go. The queen wasn't pleased with your knight, so she tried to erase him forever. But he hung on. He was pretty sure that if you could be strong, so could he. He looks up at me with such sadness. I actually feel guilt stir within me, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't think Fritz could ever deserve you. Deserve me. But he's more worthy of you than I will ever be. I'm nothing more than a moth drawn to your fire. I can only ever be burned by you. Maybe Fritz will have better luck. Shadow begins to gather around Varg's feet and starts to slowly swirl up the length of his body. Does that mean Fritz is coming back? Is he coming back for good? I know that this is the only thing you would ever want from me. I just wanted to tell you how I felt. Just that. Gods know that Fritz is incapable. But he is capable of one thing. He's a good hunter. Oh, that's the title! He defeated me fair and square to save Little Red, and now I have no choice but to step aside. So Fritz has overpowered Varg. Try to miss me, princess. Think about me every now and then. That would be enough. Varg, what are you? Goodbye, my princess. Oh! He smiles at me, his cocky grin faded into a gentle smile. The shadows cloak him fully, making him a little less than a silhouette. Keep myself firmly positioned in front of my father. The darkness eventually dissipates, and there, standing in the moonlight, is a familiar face. Fritz? I'm back! I just love how he's so happy. I look at him with bleary eyes. Oh, he's black. He's back, not black. I'm sorry for taking so long, princess. I'm running before I even realize my feet are moving. I'm overwhelmed with so many emotions, none of which I can put a name to in this moment. I know only that I am happy, so happy Fritz is back. Oh! Well, there's a kiss I wanted, but not in this type of form, but it's okay. I throw my arms around his neck and kiss him. Fritz pulls his arm around my waist, pulling me closer. This is him. This is Fritz's heartbeat, scent, his warmth. He came back to me. Thoughts whirl through my foggy head. I step away from him ever so slightly, suddenly aware of my heat in my cheeks. Wait, did I just kiss Fritz? I cannot bring myself to move away from his grasp, but I suddenly cannot bring myself to look up at him either. Why did I just... Fritz's gentle laugh brings me back to my senses, though it is hard to parse. The feelings inside of me, I can at least be certain that I love the smile he is giving me right now. This feels like a dream. It does. And not just because of what just happened, but because Fritz is here. Really here. Fritz leans forward to slowly brush a strand of hair away from my face. My heart pounds in my chest at the subtle touch. Once again, my mind is reeling with considerations. And I'm about to cough like crazy right now. Hold on. I think I'm okay now. If the princess says it says it isn't a dream, then it must be real because I trust her with all my heart. Ah! I thought I lost you for good. Okay, I need a drink real quick. Okay. I do not flinch away when Fritz pulls me closer so that I'm resting against his chest. But how did this happen? Did you overwhelm Varg? Varg erased himself. How is that possible? He always had that ability, but he's never had any reason to consider using it before. Oh, it's like when you have, like... not coughing. Like a robot have a self-destruct button. Then why now? I have to keep muting because I keep coughing. Because he cared for you. My love for you is so strong, it must have affected him too. You love me? Varg said the same thing and he blamed Fritz, so it is true. Fritz smiles and I feel his warmth spread inside me like sunlight. Always, Michiko. Well, well, well. This is quite the scandal. Nice job, Mithras. Always ruining the moments. Fritz moves to stand in front of me. My queen is not going to be pleased if my curse was so weak that even Sir Fitzroy could break it. I do not think even I am safe from her wrath. But I believe her disappointment in me will be second to the disappointment she feels for you. After all, you chose a lowly knight. How dare you! Princess. I stop short at Fritz's tone. I have an important task, don't you? The king. But Mithras, trust me. Fritz releases my hand to pull out his sword, sinking easily into a ready stance. I'll protect you. You think you could possibly prevail over me? Now, when you have no cane, no power at all. Don't make me laugh. Fritz strikes his slash quick and clean, taking Mithras by surprise. Fritz manages to cut his sword through his shoulder. Mithras hisses as he clutches his bleeding shoulder. The hatred is bright in his eyes. As Fritz rushes Mithras, I run toward the king. You think a mere swordsman can best one of the queen's apprentices? I'd be more wary if I were you, Sir Mithras. I approach the king who has yet to move from his spot. What do I do? How can I possibly move him? I need to wake him up. But how? Your Majesty, I have been selfish. I was always so concerned with my own feelings and my own pain. I reach out a trembling hand and set it atop of one of his hands. Now I realize you were trying to help me. Or we're trying to help. It may have been a lackluster, but you genuinely tried. I have been so unfair to you, just like Mother was. I do not know if words are enough to make up for what I have done, but I'm so sorry. Or I am sorry, not so sorry apparently, but I would be so sorry. I'm sorry for being so cruel to you. Please, I need you. Stare hard into my father's eyes, but there is no movement of recognition. I dip my head in warning and bite my lip as I try to think of another way to save him. My thoughts subside when a flash of light permeates my vision. It is only for a moment, but when I look up, I can suddenly see life in my father's eyes. Chico? Your Majesty! I reach out to hug him, and he wraps his arms around me. I feel like I've been asleep for a long time. And then I heard your voice. It sounded as if you needed me. Oh, a father woken up when his daughter is in need. You're the best, Dad. What has happened? Oh, was he asleep this whole time? I thought he was just like, he knew everything was going on, but he just like became a robot. He eyes the motion behind me and raises his eyebrows. He attempts to stand, but his knees shake and buckle. I duck underneath one of his arms to help him back onto the throne. The king stiffens as he glances at the battle ensuing behind me. But that's where we're going to stop for today, because I feel like a lot has happened. Vargas self-destructed. He brought Fritz back to us. We had a kiss going on that shook us, and he loves us. Delora is gone. Walt is a grown man. Father is here. And Mithras is trying to kill us. I think this episode wrapped up nicely within those last few sentences I just did. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.